Aguimes is one of the most charming and historically significant villages in Gran Canaria, located in the southeastern part of the island. The town sits about 270 meters above sea level, nestled between the fertile agricultural plains and the dramatic foothills that rise toward the island's interior. Its elevated position provides beautiful views toward the Atlantic Ocean and the coastal area of Arinaga, which has long been linked to fishing and trade. For visitors, Aguimes offers the perfect balance, the tranquility of a traditional Canarian village.
Today we're in the village of Agüimes.
The village of Aguimes is situated in the municipality of Aguimes.
We're going to show you how nice Agüimes is. They offer you a lot, like museums.
And of course they have the historical center as well, which is very famous in Aguimes.
And the church. We have to show you the church.
Our visit to Aguimes begins at the Edificio de Guaguas, the main bus station and transport hub of the town. This area is part of the commercial center of Aguimes. Getting to Aguimes is surprisingly easy thanks to the excellent public transport system in Gran Canaria. On the island, buses are affectionately called guaguas, and they connect even the smaller villages with the main resorts and the capital, Las Palmas.
That's the post office. They call it here Correos. They even have a swimming pool over here.
One of the first things visitors notice when walking through Aguimes is that statues are everywhere. As you turn a corner, stroll down a cobbled street, or enter a small plaza, you are greeted by beautifully crafted bronze figures that seem to bring the town's history and culture to life. These statues are not random decorations. Each one tells a story. They represent the people, trades, and traditions that shaped Aguimes over the centuries.
The Teatro Auditorio de Aguimes is the cultural heart of the town. Opened in 1990, it is a modern theater and auditorium that has become one of the island's most important spaces for the performing arts. With a capacity of around 650 seats, it hosts a wide variety of events throughout the year, including theater plays, concerts, dance performances, festivals, and conferences.
As we get closer to the Casco Histórico, the atmosphere changes. The pace slows down, the sounds become softer, and suddenly you are surrounded by statues, small squares, and centuries-old architecture.
It's a nice, quiet place here. Yes, they don't talk that much. That's nice. Sometimes they got such strange names for streets.
There was the Street of the Sun. And this is the watch. What time is it?
No watch.
Watch me.
We are in Aguimes now. This is a nice, historical little town.
They even got a camel.
Yeah. It's a sunny day with blue sky, and we are exploring the historical part of Aguimes.
This is Plaza de Rosario, the most famous square in Aguimes. Everybody comes here together, when they come from the church, when they come from work, when they come from anywhere.
Or for a party, because they already have a stage. Canarian people love to party, to meet each other. They're really social, especially in the villages.
At its center stands the impressive Iglesia de San Sebastián, a neoclassical church built in the late 18th century. The church's elegant stone facade dominates the square, making it the perfect backdrop for photographs and a reminder of the centuries-old history of Aguimes. The plaza itself is a space of tranquility and charm. Benches shaded by trees invite you to sit and enjoy the atmosphere, while the sound of birds and the chatter from nearby cafes give it a lively yet peaceful character. Around the square, you'll find small restaurants, bars, and terraces where both residents and visitors gather to share coffee, tapas, or simply to watch life go by.
We love this place. So many colors, a lot of old stuff. It's like a little museum with cafe.
As in most tourist places, Aguimes also has a small souvenir shop tucked away in the streets of the historic center. It's not a big commercial store, but a cozy little shop, reflecting the quiet and authentic character of the village. Inside, you'll find carefully chosen items that connect to the culture and traditions of the Canary Islands. Ceramic mugs, handmade crafts, local jewelry, traditional textiles, postcards, and books about the history of the town, while others offer small decorative pieces that carry the rustic charm of the island. It's the perfect place to pick up a reminder of your visit, whether it's something practical, like a tea mug, like Miranda's pink one, or something decorative to remember your walk through the cobbled streets. After passing the Plaza de Nuestra Señora del Rosario once more, with its lively terraces and quiet charm, we continued our walk to visit one of the most important landmarks of Aguimes, La Parroquia Matriz de San Sebastián.
Stepping inside, we were welcomed by a serene atmosphere filled with the scent of old wood and candle wax. The interior is just as impressive as the outside, with 3 naves supported by tall arches, intricate altars, and several chapels dedicated to different saints. Among the treasures of the church is the much venerated image of San Sebastián, patron of the parish, as well as a remarkable figure of the Virgin Mary, admired for its beauty and spiritual significance. Visiting La Parroquia Matriz de San Sebastián feels like stepping into the living heart of Aguimes' religious and cultural identity, a place where art, history, and faith are woven together. Back on the small streets of the historical part of Aguimes, we wandered once again through its maze of narrow cobblestone lanes. The traditional Canarian houses with wooden balconies and colorful facades gave each corner a unique charm, while the ever-present statues reminded us that this town is as much an open-air museum as it is a place to live.
Museo de Historia de Agüimes, the History Museum of Agüimes, a fascinating cultural treasure located in the heart of the historic town of Aguimes. This unique museum allows visitors to step back in time and discover more than 5 centuries of history, from the establishment of the Señorío episcopal lordship after the Castilian conquest in the late 15th century, to the social and economic transformations of the 20th century. Whether you are a history enthusiast, a cultural traveler, or simply curious about Gran Canaria beyond the beaches, the Museo de Historia de Agüimes is a must-see destination. It not only tells the story of the town, but also reflects the identity, resilience, and traditions of its people.
Hello, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. And if you want, you can share this video with friends or on social media. Don't forget to subscribe to ExploGC channel to see every video we post. And click the notification bell to be the first to know when we post a new ExploGC video. And at last, please leave a comment what you think about the content of the video. Thank you so very much. And now let's continue with the video.
Aguimes is located right beside the impressive Barranco de Guayadeque, one of the most emblematic ravines of Gran Canaria.
In the very heart of the Casco Histórico of Agüimes, where the cobbled streets seem to whisper stories from centuries past, stands a building that is both practical for visitors and deeply rooted in history, the Tourist Information and Interpretation Center. At first glance, it looks like one of the many traditional Canarian houses that give the old town its distinctive character, with its thick stone walls, wooden windows, and a welcoming doorway. But stepping inside reveals much more. Here, visitors can orient themselves before setting out to explore the winding streets, the statues, or the nearby Barranco de Guayadeque. But the building has a dual role, and perhaps its most charming side is found in the Interpretation Center, a small museum dedicated to telling the story of the town. Walking through its exhibition rooms, you are guided on a journey through the origins of Agüimes. Old photographs, maps, and carefully chosen objects reveal how the town developed from a medieval settlement under the rule of the Episcopal Señorío, when it was governed by bishops after the Castilian conquest, to the lively and cultural town we see today. One of the highlights is the way the museum explains the urban layout of the Casco Histórico, showing how the streets were planned and why the Plaza and the Church of San Sebastián became the focal point of the town. It helps visitors understand that Agüimes was never just a random collection of houses, but a place with a well-defined identity and social structure. Other exhibits touch upon the daily life of the villagers, their traditions, and their economic activities, such as agriculture, livestock, and craftsmanship. Through objects of everyday use, from farming tools to kitchen utensils, you get a glimpse into the rhythm of life in earlier centuries. These small details connect the grand narrative of history with the intimate stories of families who once lived here. The museum also makes use of modern displays and reconstructions, blending old and new. Carefully restored rooms allow you to appreciate the architecture itself. With its wooden ceilings, thick walls designed to keep interiors cool, and the typical Canarian patio that lets in light and air. This patio becomes not just an architectural feature, but a reminder of how life in Agüimes was always connected to both family and community. Although it is modest in size, this museum is rich in atmosphere. It is not about overwhelming collections, but about creating a context. When you step back outside into the sunlit streets of the historic center, you suddenly see the town with new eyes. The statues, the church, the squares, they are no longer just beautiful sights, but part of a living story that you now understand more deeply.
Leaving behind the centuries of history carefully preserved within its walls, we decided it was time to explore what else Agüimes village has to offer beyond its historic core. As we wandered away from the museum, the atmosphere began to shift. The stone houses and cobblestone alleys gradually gave way to wider streets and more modern buildings, showing another face of Agüimes.
We came across another side of daily life in Aguimes, its schools, which play a central role in the community. One of the most notable is the Colegio Nuestra Señora del Rosario, named after the Virgin of the Rosary, who has been venerated in the town for centuries. The school stands as a reminder of how faith, tradition, and education are often intertwined in small Canarian towns. Nearby is the Colegio Jesús Sacramentado, another key educational center in the village. This school, with its long-standing presence, has been part of community life for decades. Many families in Aguimes share fond memories of having studied here, making it a kind of living landmark, not just a place of study, but a cornerstone of local identity.
The times have changed, and as we left the stone-built houses of the Casco Histórico, we found ourselves entering the newer part of Agüimes. Here, the streets are wider, the rhythm feels faster, and the architecture tells a very different story. Instead of the heavy stones and wooden balconies of centuries past, the homes are built with modern concrete structures, standing taller and brighter. The walls are painted in a variety of cheerful colors: soft yellows, warm reds, fresh greens, and crisp whites, each one catching the light of the sun and giving the neighborhood a lively character. While these houses may not have the same rustic charm as the old town, they carry their own appeal, a reflection of a community that has grown, adapted, and embraced the modern world. Continuing further into the modern side of the village, we reach the IES Joaquín Artiles, the main secondary school of Agüimes.
We arrived at the viewpoint Alto de las Crucitas, located at around 270 meters above sea level. From here, the view opens wide, giving a completely different impression of Agüimes and its surroundings. On a clear day, the Atlantic Ocean glimmers in the distance, reminding you how close the sea always is on Gran Canaria, while to the other side, the rugged inland terrain begins to rise toward the central mountains of the island.
Beyond its historic streets and modern neighborhoods, Agüimes is also surrounded by fertile lands, where agriculture has long been a cornerstone of daily life. Among the most characteristic crops here are the olive farms, which stretch across the gentle hills and valleys around the village. The olive tree, with its silvery green leaves shimmering under the Canarian sun, has become a symbol of resilience in this semi-arid landscape. Farmers in Agüimes have cultivated olives for generations, adapting traditional methods to the island's climate and terrain. The result is not only a beautiful rural scenery, but also a thriving local product, Canarian olive oil, which is increasingly recognized for its quality and flavor.
Parque de las Ramblas, one of the green lungs of Agüimes, and a favorite meeting place for families, children, and anyone looking for a peaceful walk. Unlike the narrow alleys of the Casco Histórico, this park feels open and spacious, with wide paths, shady trees, and colorful gardens that invite you to slow down and enjoy the outdoors. Right next to the Parque de las Ramblas stands the Aguimes Police Station, a modern building that reflects the town's commitment to safety and community services. Its location beside the park makes it an easily recognizable landmark, blending the practical side of civic life with the leisure spaces where families gather.
This was Aguimes.
We hope you liked it. There was a lot of diversity.
We showed you a lot of things. It's a nice village.
And if we missed a spot, please leave a comment. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you at the next video.
Thank you for watching.
Adios.
As an extra, we want to show you that the historical village of Aguimes is not only impressive during the day, but truly enchanting at night. When the sun sets and the last golden light fades over the rooftops, the narrow streets and stone facades take on a different character. The warm glow of the street lamps illuminates the cobblestones, casting gentle shadows that make the statues and old houses feel alive with mystery. Walking through the historic center at night is like stepping into a timeless scene. The atmosphere is peaceful, with fewer people around, allowing you to notice the small details you might miss in daylight. The texture of the stones, the patterns of the balconies, the quiet presence of the statues. Each corner feels like part of a storybook. Aguimes by night reveals another side of its beauty, intimate, quiet, and filled with charm. It's a reminder that this village is not just a place to visit, but a place to feel, whether under the bright blue skies of the Canary Day or beneath the soft lights of its enchanting nights.
Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. Check our website ExploGC.es for more info, more extra content, and all the links to all our social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you like, you can watch one of our other videos. See you on the next video of ExploGC. Hasta la próxima. Adios.